It's Chris Brown. So I'm giggly today. Okay. It is a little chilly outside. The temperature has finally dropped and I could not pass up on the opportunity to be cozy in my sweatshirt. Hey bestie, welcome back to the channel. I've missed you. I hope you're doing well, and if you're new here, my name is Kai. I am a beauty brand designer and strategist, and on my channel we talk about the world of beauty, business, branding, marketing, celebrities, influencers, and any sketchy shit that's trending online. If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned and go ahead and just go subscribe because you won't regret it. I promise you. We would love to have you on this side of YouTube. Okay, so for today's video, I am bringing you guys a collection of slightly horror-ish stories from this makeup artist on TikTok at exe_eve, and she has a whole playlist dedicated to her experiences with working with celebrity clients. In these stories, she keeps the identity of the celebrity a mystery. However, in the comments, you know how people are, the internet sleuths, you know they're gonna find it. They're always gonna find it. And it has been revealed who these people may be. But on that note, I have a little game for you. Try to guess who these celebrities are. Let me know in the comment section who you think they are and why. And let's have a discussion. Let's talk about it because I really think it is important. We need to bring these celebrities down, these high-ass pedestals that people have placed them on, okay? And for our little game, if you would like the little hints of who the celebrity may be, you have to be reading the screen, okay? Because I am going to screen record the comment section, and that will give you some clues into who the celebrity may be, okay? So don't forget, let me know who you think the celebrity is in the comment section and what you think about this, okay? I thought this would be a great follow-up video from the Glorilla incident that I recently covered. Working with celebrities is not glamorous all the time, and this is just another example of that point. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This is the last you'll see of me in this video. I just wanted to hop in, say hi, show my face, let you guys know that I love you, I'm thinking about you, and I hope you're taking care of yourself. Let's check in, let's tap in, let's connect in the comment section, okay? Sit tight, grab your snack, grab your drink, be prepared to get all of the little clues and the hints you need to figure out who these celebrities are, and enjoy the video, okay?
So I've been a makeup artist for 10 years now, and I moved to LA to pursue my makeup dreams in 2016. And boy, dressing stories. But there's one that I always remember that always just gags people because it's just like outrageous. So I figure I'm cleaning brushes and just kind of reminiscing on my time in LA. Why not tell you guys? So I was working at MAC at the time. I was also freelancing. I was building my Instagram, and it was getting some traction. So then one day I checked my DM requests, and it was from someone with like 998,000 followers. I was like, okay, cute. This could be like a good opportunity. So she booked me, and it's for a TMZ interview. I don't remember what I charged. I think I said $85 at the time. I was really cheap. I didn't even charge travel because I was just like, no, I don't want to scare them off. So then I get to TMZ before her, and then my client calls me, and she's like, oh, where are you at? I don't know where I'm going. I was like, I'm not from LA. I don't know. I just put it in the GPS. And she just puts me on the phone with her Uber driver. And I'm like telling him where to go. I'm like, okay. So I'm like on the phone with the Uber driver, giving directions. She comes in finally. She has like a suitcase with a wig on it. And then she has another suitcase and like, you know, nice like designer bag. I think it was like a YSL bag. And she just like rolls the suitcases to me. And what do? I take them. I take them, and I just follow her with her suitcases. Like the fucking help. Anyways, we go into the room, and she's like, we have 15 minutes to do a full face. And she's like wanting wing liner and lashes. Like that can take 10 minutes by itself. And then she's like, oh, we can take a picture after, sweetie. And I'm like, okay, I don't really know who you are. I actually never asked for a photo, but I mean, I guess thank you. I don't know. Anyways, so I do her makeup in 15 fucking minutes. It looks a mess to me, but whatever. And I had like these Aldo earrings on. They were like $8. These like hoops. And she's like, your earrings, give them to me. And I'm like, my earrings? And she's, yeah, I'll give them back after the interview. And I'm like, okay. So she wears my earrings in the interview. Literally, this is an interview that was posted on YouTube. I can probably still find it. And she's like, you can take me to the airport, right? It's like 10 minutes away. Yeah, no problem. I can take you. So then we get in my car. She's like, oh my God, I cannot believe I'm stuffing these wigs in this $7,800 YSL bag. Whatever bag it was. I think it was YSL. And so I put her stuff in the car. I load it up like her fucking assistant. I'm loading her suitcases in the car and everything. She just gets in the front seat. And then she's like, oh, can you stop at the gas station for something real quick? I was like, oh, sure. And so I stopped at the gas station, me thinking maybe she's gonna throw me some gas too, like, but she comes out with a deodorant, uses it, and puts it like in the side of my door. Like, you can have this, hun. I'm like, I'm not sure who you think you are. I wouldn't even want Beyonce's deodorant. Like, we get to the airport and I see her starting to take money out of her wallet, and so I'm like, okay, like, I'll just like grab your bags, I guess. I don't know what's wrong with me. So I start getting her bags out of the car, out of the trunk, and unload them for her. And she just doesn't even hand me the money. She stuffs it just like in my middle console area. She leaves, we say bye, whatever, thank you, and I count it, and it's only $85. You mean to tell me I spent 2.5 hours at TMZ? I drove you to the airport. I let you wear my earrings, and you can't even tip me $5. That was some of the brokest bitch behavior I've ever seen. On top of the fact that she's price dropping about her $7,800 bag, like, tacky, just tacky. And then, on top of it all, she texts me when she's like inside already, like, oh my god, I have your earrings, I forgot to give them to you. Doesn't offer to reimburse me for them, doesn't offer to ship them, nothing. And that was the last time I heard from her. So I'm gonna try and make this quick. I did get like a lot of different questions on my video, which is crazy because when I was telling the story, I was like, is this even that bad? I don't know, I was like gaslighting myself. You guys are really fucking smart and fast, and I will not confirm or deny anything. So do with that what you will. Also about my brush cleaner, this is Bourbon Industries. I've been using this for 8 years now. It is really fast drying and it sanitizes and it smells fucking amazing. You can get it at Amy's in LA. I'm here right now. I don't live in LA anymore. I live in Orlando now. That's where I'm from. Like a lot of makeup artists, when you move to LA, I was thinking I wanted to do celebrity makeup. I was wanting to maybe be on set. I didn't really know. I was just trying to get in the right rooms with the right people to get more opportunities, to make more money, to get my name out there. Because at the time, that's what I wanted to do, be like a celebrity makeup artist. If you're a makeup artist or even a stylist, anything, you know that sometimes you do things that are outside of your job. Like, I've had brides where their hair has not worked out and stylist left and I've had to fix it. I've had to sit there zipping up dresses. I've sewn on buttons that have popped off for my clients because they don't know how. If it's their birthday, if it's something special and I can help and I'm there, I try and help. I just try and be as nice and as helpful of a person because I want to give a positive experience and I want you to be able to say, like, she was so nice, she was so helpful. One thing I didn't mention is that this isn't the first time I did her makeup. It was the second time in that same like span of like 3 days. First time I did it, she wasn't like unpleasant. She was just one of those clients that's like on her phone the whole time. But it wasn't the worst. And then she was telling me she had an interview with Hollywood Unlocked. And I actually do have the picture of her with Jason Lee somewhere. I have to find it. I'm not posting it. Then when she hit me up about being at TMZ, you guys are gonna hate me for this. I actually was scheduled to work that day at MAC and I called out. But in my defense, a 5-hour shift at MAC, I would have made like $75. When you live in LA, it's about who you know, and that's how you get into certain rooms and get more opportunities. I'm not complaining when I tell this story. I just thought it was funny and I wanted to share it. So if y'all are mad about it, like, I mean, be mad. I don't know what to tell you. Something else that was really cute that happened was the girl who was interviewing her, she brought me into the room where I would be doing the makeup, and obviously she wasn't there yet, so she kind of just like sat on the couch like this and was like, do my eyeliner. And what did I do? I did her eyeliner. Guys, I was at TMZ. I am from Orlando, Florida. I am an aspiring makeup artist, and I'm like, you never fucking know. If I do a great fucking job, there might be more and more opportunities from this. It's honestly what kind of catapulted me into just wanting to do bridal or normal people. And y'all think like she stole my earrings? I don't know. I don't know if she's like that diabolical. I would hope not. Do you know what had me being so passive though? Was like she was actually nice. So it was a mind fuck. I don't know if it was fake nice, but she was actually nice. And yeah, someone commented, people sometimes prey on people that they can tell are like people pleasers or like super nice, like to a fault. And yeah, I can say at that time I was really young and what's crazy is that I have people saying like, oh, it's your fault, you have no backbone, blah, blah, blah. I definitely have a backbone. I chose not to make that situation a thing because of the bigger picture. I was thinking of the grand scheme of things. And me, I'm just not a confrontational person. I'm more of like I'm gonna observe and assess the situation, then I'm gonna go back and reflect on it, and then if I feel like I want to say something that's worth saying something, then I will. I knew I never wanted to say that one again. And maybe she did need to be told by herself, but maybe she'll say it now and remember me. I feel like there's so many comments of the same thing. I guess, yes, I do have a backbone. Yes, she tried the fuck out of me. No, I don't allow it anymore. Yes, I know how to say no. No, I don't go too crazy out of my job description anymore. But I still feel like people get off of me, but I'm just nice. And I just, want you guys to have a good experience with me. It is what it is. I'd rather walk away knowing I was super nice, helpful, and easy to work with than anything else. And professional. So being that so many of you enjoyed my horrendous story about the Z-lister, I figure, let me tell you about this Q-lister? No, I'm just playing. Maybe like an H-lister. Yeah, let me tell you about this H-lister that I used to work with. So basically, this female rapper followed me on Instagram. One day comes where she books with me. I tell her, again, I think I was charging $85. She lived at the Orsini. If you're from LA, you know about the Orsini. Like, you just do. Oof, just getting my eyes. Anyways, I get there and it's her and her mom. For the first hour I was there, she was just sitting there with her mom going over questions that she should ask her future assistant. So I'm just sitting there. I came to do makeup, and I'm just here for an hour chilling while you figure out what you're gonna ask your new assistant. Whatever. I was being patient. I do the makeup. She likes it's great. I post a picture on Instagram, and then her mom comments like, too dark. Like, ma'am, your child is chocolate. I end up working with her a few more times. She's always late, always last minute. I never charge her a late fee. Never gives me a deposit. She'll text me at 3:30 for a 5 and I'll be there. There was even one time I was getting ready to go to my friend's birthday dinner and she hit me up last minute asking me if I could do her makeup, and she asked me if her hairstylist, who was her friend, could come to my place and do her hair. So I let her and her hairstylist come to my place. Clumps of hair everywhere, didn't clean up. I'm just saying all these like what seem to be insignificant things just to show how flexible I was. But what I did notice was every time we worked together, she would never tag me, even on her story, nothing. And I understand when you have a lot of followers, from a financial standpoint, it's kind of like considered a payment to them in a way. But I also feel like you're up and coming. You never know what just that one tag could do. Like, I just feel like if you can bless somebody or do what you can to help, even if it results in nothing, like, why not? That's just my opinion. I don't have hundreds of thousands of followers, so I guess I don't know. There comes this one time that she calls me last minute to come to her to do her makeup, and drove to her, made it in like maybe like 45 minutes. But she posted the next day and she tags everybody. It was like a red carpet. So I'm looking for my tag and she tags everybody from the hair to the stylist to the photographer down to the nails. She tagged her nail tag. So I was like, the one person that you kind of needed more than anyone else, you didn't tag. It was then that I decided this is gonna be my last time working with her. She would text me after that, like, hey, are you available? I have a video shoot, I have this, I have that. I stopped replying completely. And then one day she messages me on Instagram and she's like, hey, like, did something happen or did I miss something? Because I don't like to burn bridges and I noticed you unfollowed me and I want to just know, like, what's up? And I responded and I was like, I don't appreciate how you treat me. I go out of my way for you all the time. You're always late. I've been really flexible with you. And I noticed the last time I did your makeup, you tagged everyone but me. And that made me feel some type of way. And I also feel like you treat me like the help and I don't appreciate that. I'm actually so mad that I deleted my Instagram, or I would put the screenshots in this video. She responded and she was like, I don't have a manager. I do this shit all on my own. So what's the problem if I treat you like the help if you are helping me? I'm sorry. Was your nail tech helping you? Is your stylist helping you? I don't understand how me providing a service, you're considering me helping you. Briefly talked about why she tagged everyone but me, basically saying like, anyone who I tagged either does a promo or like at a discount. And she's just like, you don't even give me a discount, I pay you full price. At that time, I was charging $150 and up. And I was still charging her $85 because she booked me so often. It was like 3-4 times a week. Not to mention, she never tipped me not once. But yeah, she's a female rapper. Y'all can guess away who it is. So let me get this straight. You hate this new era of makeup artists, lash tags, etc. for wanting to take pictures of a service they provided you to further promote and market their business. And you can respectfully and politely decline photos. I've had plenty of clients tell me no, and that's fine. You don't have to agree to photos. But a tag is basically word of mouth. If someone asks you who did your makeup, are you gonna be like, I'm not telling? Like, and for me, I want to tag from a regular person just as much as I want to tag from someone that has a lot of followers, because that is how our business keeps growing and thriving. Like, I don't understand. If you provided me a service, wouldn't you appreciate if I tagged you? Just like if you have a business and someone leaves a review, like, do you go leave bad reviews when you have bad experiences? Y'all are quick to tag somebody when you have a bad experience. Y'all are quick to bash a makeup artist or a hairstylist or a nail tech or a lash tech online, but y'all get so bent out of shape when we would appreciate or request a tag if you've had a good experience. Like, anytime I can tag someone, I do. I've never been like, let me not tag them because I paid for a service. Like, that's weird. Like, y'all are weird. One thing I want to make abundantly clear is that I am not the help. I'm a professional makeup artist. My whole point in referencing the help and saying I feel like you treat me like the help was because how she treated me. Simply, like, I was beneath her. She made me feel small. She made me feel insignificant. I could tell she didn't like being in my presence, but I was useful to her. Like I wrote in that video, there was times she would come on the phone like this and go and sit in my chair. She wouldn't even say anything. Yeah, it was good money, but it was very much thriving. I was very much booked and busy, and I would squeeze her in a lot of the time because I was trying to cultivate a professional relationship with her. And I definitely explained how I understand that tagging me when you have a large platform has monetary value. Like, duh. But like I said, she was never tipping me, and I was going above and beyond for her on a regular basis. I just hoped one day she would look out for me. I wasn't expecting it at any specific time. I just know that when I really fuck with somebody or I really appreciate somebody, it's like when you go and leave a review on Google for a business or something that you really enjoyed. It's like paying it forward. You book me 3 to 4 times a week. Clearly you like the way I do your makeup, and there's not one day you feel like you could just look out. That was my train of thought. It wasn't like I felt entitled that she was obligated to tag me. It just felt personal. It felt intentional. And a lot of people are saying she was trying to gatekeep me and didn't want other people booking me. I don't feel it was that too much.
and other people say it's because I'm pretty. God forbid I say I feel like she doesn't like me because I'm pretty. Then I sound full of myself. And that same day, I was doing her makeup and let her hairstylist come into my place. I was actually dressed that day, and I look like a bum 98% of the time. If you got your makeup done by me, you know, I look like a gremlin. But that day I was dressed, and it was last minute, and I decided to take her. And came in, she's like, where are you going? And I'm like, oh, I'm just going to a dinner or whatever. And she's like, oh, your hair's cute. Like, just like that. It was not like, oh my God, girl, like, you look good. Like, I just know she didn't like me. And so with the tag, or the lack of tagging me, it felt personal. So again, yes, I understand no one is obligated to tag me. Did not feel she was obligated to tag me. Also, I do understand that it's important to speak up and advocate for yourself and respectfully communicate what you want or expect, and not just expect people to be kind or to bless you. I have learned that over time, you have to speak up and demand what you want, or charge what you feel like is sufficient for you. That was the growing pains of like just starting out in LA in that business, working with people like that. I learned that, and I am sharing my stories honestly for fun. And maybe there's other artists out there that are starting out and branching out in LA, and you potentially want to do celebrity makeup artists. You need to advocate for yourself. You need to have contracts. You need to be firm in what you want. You need to set very, very clear expectations, but you're going to get bad apples and good apples. All money is not good money. And I actually have had clients that do have platforms that are literally on TV that used to tag me every single time I did their makeup for an event, just because they appreciated me, and it was never transactional to them. It's not like, I'm tagging you, what am I getting out of it? And you know what, there's a reason why certain people stay stagnant in life, regardless of talent. And I fully believe in good karma and paying it forward. I truly believe if you're not good to people and kind to people and look out for others, you're never gonna get where you potentially could be. So yeah, I was just basically sharing my perspective and my experience, and you don't have to agree with it, because guess what, that's why it's my perspective and experience. So I'm in between clients right now, so I thought I'd share another funny little story. Basically, back in 2018, I had a favorite rapper at the time. He was my literal favorite. Like, I went out in LA to see him one time when he was making an appearance and all. Like, I really fucked with his music. And one day, these two girls book an appointment. I go to downtown LA to do their makeup, and when I meet them, I realize they have like a really, really strong accent. And I was like, are you guys from Tennessee? And they're like, oh my God, yeah. I was like, oh my God, my favorite rapper is blank. And I was like, I love him. Like, only his music though, because he looks like a thumb. And we all just start laughing. And then they tell me that they hung out with him a few times, and his baby mama, and they went to Vegas, or he flew him out to Vegas, I don't know, something like that. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. Like, I fucking love his music. So the next day I have another appointment, and it's in Beverly Hills, and when I pull up, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it was so big. It was a huge mansion, like a mini White House. So when I went in, I meet her, I start doing her makeup, her kids are running around, and she starts talking, and I notice her accent too. And so I'm like, are you from Tennessee? And she was like, yeah, I am. And I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. I just did two girls yesterday who are also from Tennessee, and they were telling me that they know blank. And this is me just making conversation. Like, I don't know, you try and just make conversation with my clients, so it's not like dead silent. And when I said that, she was like, and I was like, I don't know, did I say something wrong? And she just was kind of quiet for the rest of the appointment. And then I heard someone upstairs yell down to one of the kids, and it was a guy, and it didn't register to me at that moment anything. So I do her makeup, I take pictures, posted all my clients from that day, and I just go about my day. But then the same two girls from the night before write me again. They're like, are you available again to do our makeup tomorrow? And I was like, yeah. So I schedule them in for the next day. I go and do their makeup. They're like, girl, do you know you just did blank's BM's makeup? And I was like, I'm sorry, who? What? And they're like, yeah, the one you just posted, like with the red lip, like you just did her makeup. They're like, that's so funny, we were just talking about that. I was like, what are the odds that I end up doing her makeup the next day after we talk about it? And you know what, I am just so glad I didn't tell her that I love him, but he looks like a thumb. Can you fucking imagine? And then when I start thinking about it, I'm like, oh my God, the voice that I heard, that makes sense. It's like, when I think about how it sounded like him. When I think about how the kids looked, I'm like, I've seen his kids. Those are his kids. Like, he was upstairs the entire time. And I literally name dropped this woman's BD right to her face. Like, and it's not like I said anything wrong, but me saying like, oh yeah, these two girls that I just did yesterday said that they know him. Yeah, not one of my proudest moments, and I felt mortified, and then I understood why her energy changed. But that's really it. Nothing really more to the story. The funniest part of it all is she kept booking me, so I guess she wasn't that bothered. Okay, so back with another short story about another celebrity, I don't know, Instagram celebrity, influencer, content creator, I don't know what you would consider him. But back in 2018, 2019, this really popular Insta comedian DM'd me inquiring about makeup. And I was a fan of his, honestly. I thought he was so funny. His videos were huge at the time. And when he DM'd me, I was like actually excited. I was like, this is someone I actually would do for promo. I wasn't a fan of any of the other people that had reached out, but him, I was like, I would do this for promo. We discussed pricing, but I was like, I'm willing to do it for promo. My thought on this was that We didn't go over specifics. That's where I messed up. And not having a contract or something in writing or an agreement is also where I messed up. Anyways, we agreed that I'm gonna do it for promo, and he wanted it at 7 a.m. Mind you, at that time for me, a 7 a.m. makeup service would have probably cost you like $175 because I would charge like $150 with travel and then like a $25 early morning fee. Then he sent me his address and he was like, Uber here, by the way. It's hard to find parking. I had seen the address and I had been there already. I had a client that lived at that address. Like, it was hard to find parking, but I mean, you just arrive a little earlier and find parking or walk a little further. In my head, I'm thinking like, you're not gonna offer to pay for my Uber? Like, I'm doing your makeup in exchange for promo and you can't even offer to pay for my Uber? That's crazy. But I was like, whatever. And so I get there the next morning and of course, he's not ready. He's not ready. I'm here at 7 a.m. There was a stylist there. There was a hair person there and I think a photographer. So he's like in the room doing outfit changes while I'm there, which I feel like could have waited, but I was just excited to be there. There was like a big mural on the wall of him and his best friend at the time, who was also another funny comedian content creator. Comes out, he says hello. His personality online, you would think he'd be a lot more like friendly and bubbly, and not that you have to be, it was 7 in the morning, but it was okay. It wasn't friendly, but he wasn't not friendly. But he had ordered donuts, I guess, and he opened the donuts and he went around the room asking everybody if they want donuts except for me. Like, he literally was like, you want some donuts, you want some donuts, you want some donuts? He literally went to every person and then just didn't offer me any and put them away. Mind you, I don't eat donuts for breakfast. Okay, that's unhealthy. They're too sweet. I didn't even want one. But I feel like, why didn't I get offered one? Like, and I don't know if these were his friends that he was working with or anything, but I just feel like it's common courtesy to offer. But anyways, so then he posts the ad and he tags me just in the caption. There's only one tag, just one. I don't know if I expected too much, or I don't know if that's standard. I don't know. He just tagged me in that one post and he deleted it after 24 hours. And I was like, that was my fault. Like, I didn't ask, you know? I gained about 90 followers from that and that was it. That was literally it. That's why, for me, promo has never been worth it. Promo's not gonna pay my bills. Promo's not gonna put gas in my car. The gas that I used to get to your apartment. So I know it's been a minute, but I am back with another little short, silly little story. This person isn't even Z-list, H-list, F-list. She's not even on the list, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, in my opinion. Honestly, highly doubt anyone would guess who it is, because she's just, no shade, just not really in the spotlight. And full disclaimer, this was 5, 6, 7 years ago. I don't even know. It was like 2018, 2019. I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, one day this person has her assistant reach out and contact me to work with her for promo in exchange for posting my work on Instagram. And I went and looked at her followers. I think she had 300,000 to 400,000 followers. And so I was like, okay, like, let's, ooh, hold on. I had to open the windows because I was about to suffocate me. Anyways, so I agreed to it, and she lives in Valley Village at the time, and I lived in North Hollywood. So I was like, okay, this is really close. I think it was like an 11-minute drive for me. So I was like, okay, cool. You know, like, we agreed to $30. We agreed just for her to cover the travel. And I was charging $150 plus at that time, so she was getting a deal. And I haven't communicated with her at all. And let me preface this by saying once again, this is my 3rd time doing promo. I did not do my due diligence. We didn't go over my expectations or her expectations at all. I just was like, okay, I'll do it for promo. What time do you need me to be there? So I show up and she lets me in. She's like, oh, hold on, like, I need to make my son his dinner and then like just get him ready for bed and then we can start. And I'm like, oh, here we go again. So I'm like, okay, no worries. Not like I have anything better to do. And then eventually, like maybe 40 minutes later, she sits down in the chair for me to start her makeup. She barely wanted anything on her face, which is not a problem at all. She was very, very, very particular. She didn't want any eyeshadow. She barely wanted foundation. She was basically micromanaging me through every step. But I just think, like, if you're not paying, like, you need to calm down. Like, you need to calm down and just let me do what I do. You're not paying me enough to be like micromanaging everything I do. And so while I'm doing her makeup, she gets a FaceTime call. And guess who the FaceTime call is? It's Chris Brown. It's Chris Brown. So I'm full-blown doing her makeup, seeing Chris Brown in the barber chair getting his hair cut, and he's asking her like, why haven't you pulled up on me? I don't remember the exact conversation, but the gist of the conversation was basically like him saying like, why you been playing, why you been dodging me, like you've been supposed to pull up. And she was just saying like, oh, I've been busy, like my bad, stop tripping on me though. And then he was basically saying, what do you want tonight? And she's like, oh, I have an event and then I'm not sure. He's telling her, okay, well, hit me up later and pull up or something like that. And then they hang up, and when she gets off the phone, she's like, oh God, he's so annoying. I'm like, be so for real right now. She's like, oh, he's so annoying. Like, he's just been trying to get me to pull up, and I'm just like not on that type of time right now. She said something along those lines. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, he just casually called you. She was dating a celebrity before that. He's a basketball player. So I finished her makeup, and she loves it. She pays me the $30, and she asks me, what's your schedule like? And maybe we can work together again in the future, because I do like to do a lot of content days. And I'm like, yeah, like, let's see how this pans out promo wise, and like, definitely we can see about working together again, because obviously it needs to be worth it for me if I'm going to be doing your makeup for $30. But anyways, I was under the impression that anytime she posted with my makeup throughout the night, she would tag me. So I'm under the impression, like, if she posts any photos with my makeup, I'm gonna get tagged. If she posts any videos on her story with my makeup, she's gonna tag me. Maybe I was wrong for assuming, and I was obviously wrong for not clarifying what my expectations were. So it was really just up in the air. Then she posts a picture on Instagram, and she doesn't tag me in the caption. She just tags me like on the photo, like when you click it. So she posts a GIF afterwards. Same thing with my makeup, and there's no tag, nothing. And I'm like, and then she posts on her story, again, with my makeup, and posting videos, selfies, no tag in sight. And I'm like, am I tripping, or do I deserve to be tagged a little bit more than one time? You know what I mean? Like, one little tag on this photo, like, that was what I did all this for? So I reach out to her assistant, and I'm like, hey, I noticed that I didn't get tagged in the GIF or anything on the stories, and I was under the impression, like, anytime she posted with the makeup that I did for her, that I would be credited. And she's like, oh, no, we tagged you in that photo. We didn't discuss anything else, which, okay, valid, we didn't, but you know, like, this is my livelihood, and I did her makeup for $30 freaking. You got your money's worth. All you have to do is tag me a couple more times. I'm like, what is the big deal? What is the big deal? And when I explained, like, I didn't feel like I was getting compensated properly for my services, and I felt like it was unfair, she basically was like, ma'am, we did our part. We did what we said we would do, and we tagged you. So, sorry, like, basically there's nothing we can do. That was the ghetto, and that was the third and final time that I ever attempted to do promo. From then on, I just made sure to charge what I felt like my time was worth, so that I could avoid that happening to me again. And you guys are like, she doesn't owe you a tag. This time she owed me several tags.